Warning! This episode contains references to substance use. Sensitive listeners, please be advised.
We come from the stars, and that's who we are. We are voices. There's nothing to fear. Explode in your rear. Feel our voices.
We are back.
We are back, bitches, and we're talking Ghostbusters.
Excuse me. Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Great movie.
30th anniversary.
Introduced.
Yeah.
This is Ed.
This is Mike. This is Mike again.
This is Carl still, and we are joined by.
Hi, it's Matt from Cross the Streams Radio, and I'm joined, as what happened in the last episode, we've crashed the podcast with my best friend, Jamie Douglas, also known as Jamie Baca.
I'm still doing it.
Actually, that's the sound of a bomb.
I wish I had one.
I wish he had one right now. But anyway, so we've crashed the podcast, and we would like to thank you for having us on the show to talk
Cheers.
about our favorite movie in the whole wide world.
Star Wars.
Star Wars shit. Ghostbusters. That's what we're doing.
Starbusters.
Starring Ghostbuster episode 4.
Ghostbusters 4x4, you can try to stop them. It's the 30th anniversary, and they're doing a actually re-releasing it at the theaters, limited time. Do you guys have plans to actually go see it in the theater this weekend?
I do. What most likely happen is that I'm going to be in Ottawa for the weekend. What's happening in Toronto is Canada's answer to San Diego Comic-Con, which is called Fan Expo, and it's the largest Canadian comic book, sci-fi, horror.
They know.
You know about it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Fan Expo is fantastic. The Ontario Ghostbusters, which I am also a member of and proud supporter for all of our charities, are most likely going to be crashing a movie theater in downtown Toronto and
Nice.
checking out the film. So you'll see some updates on that. Ivan Reitman recently opened a restaurant just down the street from the convention center in Toronto, so they might crash that place too.
Awesome.
And of course, on September 5th, the Toronto International Film Festival is showing a triple Bill Murray festival.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're going to show Stripes. Yeah, oh, thank you. They're going to show Stripes and Ghostbusters as part of that triple bill, and supposedly they're teasing of a special guest, and they're not going to say who it is.
Gee, I wonder who could possibly be. Who would be around Toronto's kitchen at this time of year at Spunk Lake and Algonquin Park?
His brother
Who
Dana.
that could be? No idea at all.
Yeah.
Ladies and
Brother
gentlemen,
Dana.
Ladies and
I was
gentlemen,
going to say Brian Doyle Murphy.
It's probably
it's Candy Graham.
It's Kelsey Grammer.
Sharkman.
Yeah. It's
What they really should do is just show Groundhog Day 3 times in a row.
no. Here's the best part. Find like a 35 millimeter reel of Groundhog Day, but never finish the film. Just the first reel, just the beginning credits, and the part when he goes to sleep.
Just doing that.
And then it goes back to the original credits. Just do that.
for hours, way longer than people should be there.
And
for.
then somebody will be like, "This is the brilliant event of cinema history." And somebody stuck it out for 20 hours, and he did the whole thing, and he live tweeted the whole thing.
The only person left in the theater will be like actually Bill Murray.
And he gives himself a standing ovation at the end.
Bill Murray will actually be there. But yeah, they're teasing.
Dressed as a zombie.
Dressed as a zombie from Zombieland. But yeah, no, Bill Murray is hinted to be there, but I don't know. It's most likely going to be Ivan Reitman or Dan Aykroyd.
Oh, it's going to be Dan Aykroyd, man. He's already...
He's already there. He's like living in Toronto. Basically.
Well, yeah, and he's got a house in Kingston, and he's in Smoke Lake.
He's got wine.
Yeah.
He's got all that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Danny's...
He makes tracks that we can find him up here in Canada.
Danny Aykroyd makes it known that he's coming to town, so...
You can hear that bull coming a mile away.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Well, it's funny, between shows, overnight on break, you guys are talking about. Matt was actually reading 1-star reviews for Ghostbusters, which is hysterical. But one of the reviewers brought up, you don't have to relive the experience, but what one of the reviewers brought up was that the effects seem really dated, which I normally, pretty much across the board, feel that it's largely unfair to a lot of movies, especially Ghostbusters.
Well, a lot of
however,
anything pretty much from 80 to 87, I would say.
Yeah, I agree.
I could see that, but yeah, and I know what they're saying. However, I rewatched both movies, and what I was really surprised by was how much of the movie was practical effects. A lot of it's blue screen, and that usually falls apart. But there was so much practical effects. Some shit that I still can't figure out, but they did.
A lot of stuff is in camera. And a lot of stuff is like models and puppetry. And hey, look at this product placement.
Hey, you got
God, what's happening?
Oh my God, what's happening?
What?
Hi, Mike.
Party in the box.
Hi, ladies.
Hey,
How you doing?
Okay, we have crashers. We have an audience member. We have Michelle McKenzie and Ryan promoting Dan Aykroyd wine live on the show.
Such a good
Let's put it next to his vodka.
All right,
There you
Dan Aykroyd wine, everyone.
Yes,
Wow.
Please pay for my cottage.
It's
Oh my God.
forward.
It's fruit forward, everyone. Thank you.
I would feel really nervous if I was on a plane and that was
The gas for my yacht, the price is going up.
Look at them. They're fucking beautiful.
And everybody does. You should try this wine.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Dan Aykroyd wine. Dan Aykroyd wine.
I'm sorry, I got her stoned.
Okay. Thank you, Jamie.
Bye, guys.
Great. My fiance is now stoned.
That was adorable.
That was very cool. That is our lovely.
They're gonna be like, okay, guess no more Canadians.
No more Canadians. Fuck Canadians.
Fuck those guys.
Do they ever stop partying? Fuck.
Do you have any German friends? Because we really need to get through this show. They need to. We've been talking too long now.
Okay, sorry.
Yes. Yes. So we 30th anniversary. The effects they do seem dated, but
A lot of matte lines.
a lot of matte lines.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
you know what? I think you're going to see an implosion with this
But
whole
you know what,
CGI
though?
craze.
I find with 80s movies like that, a lot of those effects, they're flawed, but you know what? That's part of the charm. Call it nostalgia, but I like to see that. You know, it's the same with, like, the stop motion in RoboCop, you know? I mean, it's obvious it's there, but you accepted it there, and you remember how it felt watching it.
It's true.
And, you know, it's part of the charm. They don't make movies like that, which I'm grateful for. I'm grateful that, like, you know, Hollywood effects can be done really well. Like Guardians of the Galaxy, that was fucking amazing. You know,
That's right.
I know you guys just had it last week, but I watched the movie like the next day. Anyways,
Nice.
side note.
No,
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that we're gonna see an implosion of this CGI craze. Like with Ninja Turtles and Transformers, I think audiences are like, we get it, and you're gonna see, thankfully and hopefully, with the new Star Wars trilogy, you're gonna see a complete reversal. And
Well, do you think that's
again,
going to set a
elevation
trend, or
of
is it,
practical
I mean,
effects. Yes,
that waits to be seen though if that's going to be setting a trend, or if it's just going to be servicing
servicing the fans. You're right.
servicing the us.
But again, Ghostbusters with a lot of the effects happening within the camera and not in post, they do hold up in certain facets because they feel tangible, they feel real.
Yeah.
You feel like,
Right.
oh, this is actually
For
happening.
sure. Yeah, well, like.
But it's shown very early on though in Ghostbusters that these effects are like Looney Tunes characters.
But that's fine,
right?
because
That's fine.
a movie like Ghostbusters has the charm and
That's
the writing enough that you forgive that.
That's right.
You forgive that.
And it's fun that way. Like Slimer is
So-
a Looney Tunes cartoon.
So that reviewer,
Totally.
whoever you were,
Shame on
open
you.
your heart, man.
Shame on you for writing a novice review on Amazon.
Think with your other eye.
The Illuminati eye. The Illuminati eye. Think of
I
that.
was going to say,
With your heart's eye.
think with your brown eye.
Oh! Bleach
But,
baby.
What, we offended the Canadians? Come on. Jamie, please.
I always love the stories about how they did some of the effects too. Because kind of like the card catalog for people out there that might be younger.
Oh.
That's the thing that has all the little pieces of paper where you could use to look up books. Books are those things that were around before the internet. So there you go,
Oh, I
kids.
remember, yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah,
But like,
out to the library scene, it's fantastic.
yeah, and that was all practical effects. Nowadays they would do that with CGI, but like they actually had like a metal rod that they like
Except it would look like cartoon paper all Disney, like woo, with like a little ding.
Yeah.
Flying in front of the camera.
Like a lens, a perfect lens flare, and then it stops slow motion, and then you see a word.
Yeah, which isn't real. Whereas like when they do like the practical effects in Ghostbusters, and you see those cards flying, they act like cards because they're actually cards flying through the air.
And that's my favorite effect, aside from, I mean, hovering Dana. It looks like hovering Dana.
Oh yeah.
But that is my favorite effect. Is the card catalog.
You know how they did that? Like, have you watched this thing?
Yeah, literally, the effects of the eggs frying on the counter is literally what you think. The counter was a prop stove.
Well,
So they built the entire counter from scratch, and so when the eggs popped through, they used pneumatic tubing to fire compressed air to blow the eggs out of their shells. It's exactly what they used in the library card scenes flying out. So they used that same effect. But the counter adjacent to the carton of eggs was an actual stove, just made to look like a countertop. Duh, right? You think it's too easy.
Some kind of granite.
You think it's like, oh, that's too easy for that effect to actually do. No, that's what it was. And Ivan Reitman says in the DVD commentary they hired a lot of practical effects workers from magicians to do sleight of hand stuff, and so all stuff can happen within camera. So there we go.
Awesome.
Yeah. So Dana elevating was actually a rig that was hidden behind her, and all these practical effects were great. And I think that's why it holds up, because it's real. It's real stuff.
Awesome. Well, I don't know where Jamie got to because I want to end on a question.
Oh, okay.
Where the fuck did that guy go?
He went to smoke a bowl. I'm sorry.
This isn't.
Wait, no, Jimmy, you want to ask your question?
Okay, I was just getting another.
This isn't karaoke.
Sorry, I was just getting another drink. What?
Okay, good. Yes.
What
He wants to ask a question.
The show's not over. This isn't karaoke.
It's not karaoke. I can't run to have a smoke. Yeah. He does that all the time.
Oh shit! The singing journey. Okay, I got over the smoke.
Fuck the singing journey again, guys.
Okay, there's a round table question, and
Okay.
We'll I think we're gonna end with the Ghostbusters end. So let's start with Carl. We'll go Carl, Mike, me, and then you guys.
Sweet.
2 Ghostbusters movies in the whole, 2 major villains. Gozer versus Vigo. Who's badder? Carl.
I want to say Gozer, because Vigo has kind of the whole strange predilection with kids. It's a little too creepy for me.
Yeah, I agree.
I get it.
Yeah, I would agree.
Okay, so Gozer. Yeah, I'm gonna say Gozer as well. Trying not to fixate on the hot chick in high heels with the bubble costume, but I kind of am.
Flat top.
Yeah, aim for the flat top. Yeah, and Vigo just being evil and creepy. Just creepy. Creepy isn't bad.
I have an obvious answer, very obvious answer.
Yeah.
Gozer can take any form.
That's right.
Drop the mic.
Yeah, that's
Boom.
right. And
Now
same
you can
thing.
smoke.
I agree. Gozer should be number one.
No, I was just getting another one of these. Sorry.
What bothered me was when I watched Ghostbusters 2 as a kid was like, couldn't they just set the painting on fire? No, couldn't they just do that and kill them? No, they couldn't.
Oh yeah.
Right? The end. That was a 20-minute movie.
I know you said you wanted to end with Jamie and Matt, but I am going to say one other thing.
Cool.
Best villain of Ghostbusters? Walter Peck.
Yes.
This man has no dick.
Yes, no, you're right. I totally. Absolutely.
It makes you hate.
He was the real villain.
He was the
real villain.
Even though he's
He really
about the
was.
environment.
And he got his own. He
was an asshole.
marshmallow.
Protected by the environment.
That was the hard part because I try to be as environmentally conscious as possible.
Right.
And watching that again now as an adult, I'm like,
I know.
but I care about those issues. Oh
That's
man.
Right. Oh man, that
Well,
sucks.
that's why that movie happened in 1984 and not 1989. They would never have had that happen in 1989.
Styrofoam cups,
Yeah.
chlorofluorocarbons. Bring me in his own hole.
And everybody smokes in Ghostbusters, and it made us all want to smoke too because we thought it was. Cool.
Oh yeah, it was. There was a lot of smoking.
I was
in the
like,
movie.
hey man.
I picked up on
At
that.
the
when I
end
saw it
credits,
again.
when you hear who you gonna call Ghostbusters, everybody lights a smoke and be like, "Hey everybody, what's up?"
No, because
the crowd.
that one line Ernie Hudson
said.
that one line Ernie Hudson says. That's a big Twinkie.
And
the
he likes to
fucking
smoke.
coming out of his nostrils when he says it. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna smoke right now. That looks bad.
Well, that scene was cut out of the birthday.
Thank you for 30 years of smoking.
In GB2, when they were at the birthday party, isn't that like the first thing they did? They came in, they said, "Hey kids," and they started handing out cigarettes. Wasn't that?
Yeah, that's what I remember, yeah. They handed out whiskey, condoms, and smokes. Yeah, that's what they did.
Whiskey condoms. What is that?
Neat thing to say about Ghostbusters 2 with that birthday scene. The little kid that confronts Ernie Hudson and Dan Aykroyd and says, "You know, my dad says you guys are full of crap." That's Jason Reitman. That's Ivan Reitman's son.
Who grew into a fine actor of his own right.
And also wrote and directed the film Thank You for Smoking.
Oh.
Okay, end it now. End it now. See you in the next
scene. Cool. Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for today. That's a whole action-packed show. My fucking God. We even had chicks. So tell your friends. Come back. Maybe next time we'll have chicks.
Yeah. More Dan Aykroyd wine.
And Dan Aykroyd product. Cool. So yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll be talking more Ghostbusters, and you can find out more about us, VOR, at vorradio.com. If you don't like watching us for some reason, I don't know why, because we're all good-looking and they're Canadian, and they have a proton pack. What the people at home don't understand, who don't have video, is that Matt is in fact in Ghostbusters costume, and he has a proton pack behind him, and he also has a Jamie Baca, and that is something to behold. But if you don't like that sort of thing, you can certainly check it out on iTunes, where it's audio only. Be careful where you put that. We're on iTunes. Just look up Voice of the Republic. We're the only one out there. Well, I shouldn't say that, but we're the best one out there. And anyway, yeah, if you have feedback, you can call us or email us. All the information, vorradio.com. Come to Facebook, join us, be one of us. And then we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Ow! It's a trap!
Boom.